Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world. So
we gonna transition, man, because we got some other, topics and stuff that we've been touching on, man. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, man. One of the first things I want to talk about is this song that everybody going crazy.
Okay.
You heard that Jason Aldean song, that Small Town song, Try That in a Small Town? Okay, it's a country singer named Jason Aldean. And if I'm pronouncing the name right. And he got a song called Try That in a Small Town, but the lyrics are getting a lot of controversial responses because it's seeming like he's talking about telling black folks to try that in a small town.
Like
talking about carjacking,
rob old lady,
and rob a liquor store. So we listening to the song like, who you talking about? Who you telling to try that?
And then in the video, what he's singing is in front of this city hall where it's famous for black people being lynched.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now, the one thing I'll say, because they be slick a lot of time, is like, he made a point in the video to not specifically put black people protesting. He showed other folks protesting and robbing and all that. So he kind of knew, but the one thing that we got to always know is that a lot of these songs is coded.
Yeah.
They use code words. And that's like anytime you hear somebody on the news or on when they say these thugs, who they talking about? Thug ain't nothing but nigga.
And what I heard in that song, the little code word I heard was with these good old boys.
And let me bust that down real quick. I'm glad you mentioned that, because he got a line in the song where he say, and that's part of the hook. He say, "Try that in a small town. Try that in a small town full of good old boys." Right, so he's saying, "Try that in a small town full of good old boys." Right? Now we all know what the good old boys represent.
Yeah, right.
But this what your big brother did, man. I took it a step further, because we know the dictionary got singular words in it, but the dictionary got phrases and terms in it too. Good old boy is in the dictionary.
Come on, man.
I didn't know that. Good old boy is in the dictionary. Now I saw two different definitions. One definition was a little watered down, a little smooth definition, but the other definition, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. I had to make sure that I had this, because it's in the dictionary. In dictionary.com it said a good old boy is a male who embodies the unsophisticated, good fellowship and sometimes boisterous sociability regarded as typical of white males of small towns in rural areas of the South. So that lined up right with where he going with it. But it speaks to a traditional kind of mentality that we know we identify good old boys with racist white folks who don't like black folks. Right. So when he's saying try that in a small town, like, again, who are you talking to?
Right.
So the controversy came out, and a lot of black folks did reaction. How many views that song got?
Man, that thing got 19 million views, and it just was put out 12 days ago.
Right. You gotta check it out again. Because what he gets, he ain't lying, but he getting it from both sides, because he getting a lot of the racist white folks who support what he's saying, but he getting a lot of us who trying to see what he's talking about. We're curious to know what he's talking about.
So he getting so his streaming is going.
Oh, he going crazy. But it amazed me how the country is so divided. Because everybody who's gonna take the side they take. It's an old white singer named Pat Boone. You ever heard of Pat Boone before?
Yeah, I think so.
Pat, I know you might be younger. Okay, Pat Boone is an old singer from like the 50s, 60s. Like, he's still alive. They interviewed him recently about that song, and he talked about, it's just a shame that America's getting swept up by this woke culture. You know what I'm saying? So under the code word. Just like when you hear about woke and all that,
They want you
he
to be
referring to black folks. You know, he's talking about black.
They want you to be sleep.
Yeah, see, woke don't mean nothing but conscious,
Right.
aware,
Enlightened.
understand, enlightened to what's going on around you. But when you have people that have always wanted to keep you unaware, unconscious, sleep, oppressed, then they have an issue with
when you
woke.
wake up.
So now they got this whole campaign now where you got a lot of what I call woke shaming, where if you even say, and a lot of black people get on that bandwagon too, if you even come off as like, woke, that's now made to be a bad thing, so now people want to use the term. But if you woke, you woke. So Pat Boone, anybody who don't know his history, this the same dude who back in the 50s would steal Lil Richard's song every time he put out a new single.
Oh, really?
Go back and research Pat Boone. You know, Lil Richard got the Tutti Frutti. Okay, this dude made a version of Tutti Frutti. Now, you know how Lil Richard get down.
Yeah.
Picture this dude going, a Tutti Frutti, a Tutti Frutti. That's how he sing the song. But it was a big hit because, you know, the white masses got behind it and they put. Now, he didn't stop right there. Anytime Lil Richard would put out a single, it's like this dude would be at the crib and somebody would call him and hello, hey man, go turn on the radio. Lil Richard got another one. And he would go straight in the studio and re-record one of the Lil Richard sing, just stealing this man's music. Now, Lil Richard coming up in the 50s and the 60s, you couldn't challenge the powers like that.
You couldn't even put your own face on your covers.
Yeah, but one time. Now, y'all remember...
I remember Elvis used to do that stuff too.
That's another culture. But y'all remember the movie, the Five Heartbeats. Remember, then they had a little song, the Cadillac car song in the five. That was their movie. And then the white group came out. And that's Pat Boone. They based that off of how he got down, you know. And so he would take, and Lil Richard, even when he was older, he wouldn't really go in, but you could tell it bothered him. You know, every time you do something, this dude, he don't have no talent, no originality, just stealing your music because he know
that you created.
He can win with it. So this dude got on TV defending Jason Aldean, the small town. He talking about it's a shame that American standards and values are being caught up in this woke culture and all. It's this different stuff, man. Like, dude, you are the biggest culture appropriator of all time in my eyes. I can't stand Pat Boone. I don't care who know it, who hear about it, and you got the nerve. It's not surprising, because we should never be shocked or surprised, but it's just the fact that to see this dude, this 90-year-old dude up there showing who he really is, that should be confirmation for us. Whether you think the song is racist or not, it brings out all of the racists. And you get to see how they
really think.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But you got to listen to that song again. I'm telling you, you might not feel like it, but
no, I'm happy.
You got to listen.
I didn't hear it until
I'm happy to hear it. Right,
because
the message of what he's saying. So now I gotta hear it.
It's sort of like flip. It's sort of, you can see a hip hop person doing that if you flipped it. They like bring that shit over here.
Right.
Bring it to the hood. That's a good point because we know clearly who we talking to. Who we talking to? We talking about, okay, y'all want to do us like that, and bring it to the hood.
Right.
It ain't gonna be no KKK or no MLK.
Right. No.
So he got on TV, but not on TV, but he got on the internet and made a statement saying all the song ain't racist and all this. Okay, I mean, you know, we can only take you for your word, but not really. But at the end of the day, man, you know, I'm just standing on what I believe. You know, I don't put nothing past cats. And on another note, man,
let's go.
I wanted to go into that the whole. We'll touch on the Jess Hilarious thing in a little bit too. But I want to talk about that lady, man. I don't know if y'all know about that sister, the 93-year-old lady. They tried to steal her home and her property, and because they were trying to develop in that area, and a lot of black celebrities came along, and they put money down because the developer had the nerve to try to sue her behind her own land because they want to build on it, and so she didn't have enough money for her attorney fee. So Kyrie Irving came through, dropped 40 racks, Tyler Perry dropped some bread. A lot of other people. Meek Mill dropped some bread. You know, just to bolster up her chance to defend her property, which she's been having. And it just, I like, man, all these years, man, like America is set up so dirty to where even when you own it, you don't own it.
It's still not yours.
Exactly. Because when they decide that it's in an
that
area
you ain't paid, right,
that they want it, they find a way. Because taxes and everything, all that can still be up to date. If they find a way that this is where we want to be, they're going to try to figure out somehow to steal it, man. But luckily, we've seen a lot of black unity come together, and people are fighting against that because her attorney fees are going to be off the chain. But now, she got something to fight with, man. So I wanted to put that out there, too.
And I just want to, I ain't going to cut you off. I just want to say, when you saying black unity, man, bro, like, I remember, I know we got it in us.
Oh,
You
yeah.
feel me? We done did it before. Like,
all civil rights, all that.
It's like, I remember just only Greens Point had a flood one year.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from the promoters
Yeah.
to Slim Thug to Lil Boone to Mims, all of us pitched in, bro.
Yeah.
And we took care of that community.
Right.
Wow.
No Red Cross, no nothing.
Nothing.
But the thing was, nobody saw what I saw. I looked at that as like, we don't need nobody.
Come on, man.
They
You
get
feel me?
you to think you do.
That's what we're saying. But if we already govern that situation, why do we need to be governed?
Yeah.
See, a lot of those cats, when they do try to come in, they come in for publicity, they come in for photo ops, they come in if it's a politician and they trying to stay in office. But you hit the nail on the head. The sooner we understand that all we need is us, then the quicker we'll advance as a people, because
we got all the spending power.
Right. Yeah.
Because we spend 83% outside of our community.
Yeah. You gotta do a big brainwashing.
That's 17. We only operating on 17%, man.
That's it. And everything that comes in our community is gone before we sit down.
yeah, see that's why a lot of you see a lot of black economists they emphasize on the importance of learning financial literacy, teaching black people financial literacy, understanding how to even just budget money, how
to maintain the dollar,
how to keep the money circulating in our community, what to do with it when you got it. You know, because some people sitting on a lot of it and don't know what to do with it.
Right.
You know, we go spend $30,000 at the strip club. You know, whatever. We have to that's that understanding of how to move, because it come and it go. Yeah. We just got to be talking about faith and all. You know, it's money too hard to come by for those of us who do get it in big amounts to be foolish with it. You know, so education got to exist on all levels. You know, you didn't necessarily get the money because you were so wise and smart. You got it because maybe you could play football, you could rap, and that's easy. But to maintain it, and the powers who run this whole system, they give it to you, but they know they ain't gonna get it right back.
They know it.
You know, so
and
we
they gonna get back double and triple.
And quick.
They gotta educate each other, man. So what y'all did was done out of necessity. Y'all saw a need and met the need. Like, well, we can't wait. You know, that would be like if somebody was drowning or something and you could swim and then man, I ain't got time to call 911. I gotta dive in and save this child. You know, so that's what we do. That's what we do, man. That's beautiful work. Yandy Promotions is in the building, man. Keisto, do you want to touch this Just Hilarious thing? Do you want to do it, man? I'm kind of scared, bro. I know this is Underground Dialogue podcast, man, but I'm scared, man.
Man, we want to talk about mental health. Mental health.
Go ahead. We
mental illness or something. Cause we
don't want to get Yandy in no trouble either, man. You know, so don't bring him in our mess.
What you think? Should we let him out of it?
You know, we'll forget it, man. Let's go, man.
All right,
we wouldn't be the Underground Dialogue podcast.
Right. So we gotta just about what you were just basically saying, covering our own.
Right.
So they got a person online called Just Hilarious. And she got into it back and forth with, what we call those?
It's a transgender.
It's a transgender.
Yeah, right.
Was telling, was basically telling her, like, we got periods too. And she even talk about some doctor-induced periods, so they said they can feel that way as well. So just come back and say, man, look at here. There's no reason for us to have no debate about nothing like this.
Right.
I'm a woman that was built with all the parts. I come how I come.
Right.
Okay.
You're trying to find this ways and this third. So don't come at me or come at regular women. So it's sort of like this trans, I don't know, I'm saying this trans person is now attacking regular women. They call them, what the word they call them now?
They call them cis women.
Cis women is what they consider to be real women.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's really a derogatory term. But see, this is my thing. It's like to tell a woman who was created by God as a woman, as a female,
right.
that has a nature that was put in her by the Creator, to tell her that she don't have a market cornered on womanhood.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous to me. That's ridiculous to me.
But then when she says exactly just the truth, I'm a woman built with these parts. You don't have the right as a man who's trying to be a woman to say I don't have the market cornered as being a real woman. And she just said something that simple. Cancel.
Yeah. But see, right. And the thing is unfortunate because we are finding ourselves in a situation where even those people who have complained about being discriminated because of their choices. Yeah, man, that's your choice. You do what you do.
But stop imposing it on other people.
Don't turn around and do the same thing that you accuse of people of doing to you. And you definitely can't. But you can't impose something illogical to an intelligent-minded human being in the first place.
Anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, this is not air freshener. This is a pizza.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not. I'm an air freshener.
Yeah.
I need you to call me the air freshener. And if you don't, now you discriminate against me.
See, and that's something that, you know, like I said, a lot of people would try to label you as transphobic, homophobic, whatever kind of phobia impose on you. But at the end of the day, we speaking.
But it's just real,
right? We speaking on behalf of what the Creator set up,
right?
And that's something that I don't care how you word it. You can't argue with
that's
that.
I mean,
well, you can, but you look silly to me arguing.
Saying God did a mistake or something.
Right.
But then this is the funny part. At the end of that, I was going through some of the comments and stuff now the trans people are talking to the Just Hilarious, calling her a trans. Say, you look like a trans. You look like this. You know, it's crazy.
And at the end of the day, no cause, whatever cause that you're fighting for, will be taken seriously if you resort to going low like that. You know what I'm saying? Even if I take our struggle as black people and I decide to say, okay, well, if somebody comes at me with a derogatory, immature, silly term, if I go to that level to defend my cause, then it's gonna remove the validity from it from people who may be on the sideline or people who really want to know. So we got to learn how to intelligently defend our positions without going to those kind of levels. So if you do feel discriminated against as a gay person, a transgender, for whatever reason, then don't turn into the very thing that you complaining about.
Right.
You know, it's nothing that's gonna ever run me off the block in terms of what a natural man is and what a natural woman is. A woman who was born with ovaries, you know, a woman who has parts in her that we don't have, that were for a specific purpose by the Creator Himself. Nothing gonna ever run me off the block on that. And people can agree or disagree, but that's where I stand on that. So now we live in a time and in a world where you gotta fight for your manhood. Not fighting for your manhood in terms of physically fighting. You gotta fight for the right to even say, I'm a man.
Right.
Because now, she a man.
Yeah.
She gotta fight for her right to be able to comfortably say she a woman because now he a woman.
Right. Yeah.
I don't rock with that, bro.
You see that they installing urinals in the women's bathroom?
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
for that.
Yeah. See, this the time. This the sign of the time.
That's I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
man, I never understood that gay stuff, kid. I could never get it. I could never understand it, man. Like, it's just.
See, when Keisto said something about mental
That's
illness,
sick, right? That's what it is.
It's so many ways. There's so many ways to look at that, And I look at, a lot of what I think on certain things is based on what I learned from hearing this man. I listen to Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he'll even say, God don't hate the sinner, he hate the sin.
Right.
But he also say that applies to all of us because we all got things that we do that just happen to be theirs. But to try to impose it, enforce it, I can't sell dope and try to make it be all right.
Right.
I can't rape women and try to make it be all right. So on the same token, I can't say that, okay, well, as a man, I don't have no problem, me and Bob here, I can't make that be all right. Just say that's what you like to do. But it's so many elements that play into the creation of that whole situation, from science, from the creation of a gay person, which is absolute scientifically done, all the way down from just trauma that may have happened to somebody as a child, and they go into the lifestyle. So in that regard, I can look at a person and say, okay, well, I get it to a degree. But again, you're not finna force me to agree with it, no matter what the means that you came into.
Exactly.
You're not gonna force me to agree with it.
That's where I think the mental illness part comes. Like, you can believe you are whatever you want to believe, but the day that you tell me I gotta call him or she, or I gotta call that little boy or little girl now, and you want me to play the imagination game with you, I can't do that with you now. I gotta call you, bro, because you can see your head. I can see the hands.
No, for real.
Right. And so the point, the whole point of mentioning this is to really just stand in defense and support of what Jess Hilarious said. Because regardless if you like her or don't like her, a lot of people, she polarizing too. A lot of people don't really feel where she go with a lot of things, but in this particular argument,
she is speaking on the truth.
1,000% right, and we can't never let our society get to a point, or just our thought process get to a point where it's okay for anybody to just come hijack reality and replace it with whatever it is they want to replace it. We're not getting down
with a fantasy.
Underground Dialogue Podcast. We gonna get off of that, man. What's up, man? It's your big brother K-RINO, and check this out, man. The Underground Dialogue Podcast is offering advertising opportunities, man. You can promote your business, you can promote your video, your song, whatever it is that you have, man. Reach out to us if you're interested in promoting on the Underground Dialogue Podcast. All you gotta do is email us at undergrounddialoguepodcast@gmail.com. Get it. And man, look, we got some merch that's gonna blow y'all mind. It's gonna blow y'all. When y'all see the merch, y'all gonna be wanting to just dive through the screen.
We got some coming for you, man. We building, man. We building. So watch that as we grow.
Already.
I wonder if they ready. They ain't ready to have this conversation. Or these kind of conversations. But guess what? We gonna have them anyway. Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who who they are, do we bow? Not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. From the industry to the Oval Office, we expose the darkest motives of them all and disclose what the protocol is. Thinking and moving logical, stopping every maneuver possible, and apologizing for truth is not optional. We gon' help you with what you go through, reshape and mold you, and sweep over them weak lies they told you. If you living with no clue, we gon' deprogram the old you, and you get to keep your soul too.